Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a good Saturday night or Sunday night, sorry. Today we're going to be just talking about an outlook that I had for the week of February 23, 2026. I just thought that this outlook was very interesting, so I thought that I might follow it up with a YouTube series since I feel like there was loads of telltale signs that we had within this outlook analysis. So the first thing that I want to bring your attention to is the monthly chart. So you see we're penetrating in the biggest wick of these wicks here, which is the wick of November 2025. See that it's pretty substantial compared to the other ones. You see we have the levels graded out, and notice how we previously traded to 0.25. We saw a big rejection out of that area, and we now are hovering above 0.5. Really quickly, I want to bring this into the daily and hourly, and I want to show you where this retraction happened exactly. So there's at 0.25, and there is this smaller wick over here, which I have also drawn out. Notice we drop very precisely into the 0.5 level, consequent encroachment, and then from there we make our return away from the 0.25 level and to where we are right now, hovering above the consequent encroachment level. So as the first thing that I want to, just keep watch on how price travels throughout time. If it wants to contract or if it wants to push through certain points on this wick, that would be something that I want to, keep my eye on. But I feel like the true gold of this week lies on the 4-hour gap. As you can see, we had previous week, Friday, perform a presumed soup. I'm expecting this to be a turtle soup, to deliver towards external. So you see we had this prominent buy side pool. We had Friday run higher at open and run that pool. And you see that if we take off the wicks and just look at the bodies, we can do that through the line feature on TradingView, which just eliminates the wicks. We see that this was a pretty, convincing soup for retail. So if you're retail trader and you saw this much of a body close throughout these two, relatively equal body highs, you would, be expecting a breakout. So this puts me more on the side of looking at this as a turtle soup instead of a future shift. So that's the first thing that I want to keep my eye on. The second thing is through this presumed soup, I want to see how we're able to kind of create a bearish break. So as we can see, we have the high, we have the lower low, then we have the higher high, and that's our breaker. So we can now foresee the engulfment of this up movement to be engulfed, and then from there it might be used as resistance to bring us further lower if we are willing to reach current month low. However, if we are going to do that or not, I'm not quite sure. But so if we are confirming this as a presumed soup and we do get the engulfment of this up move through this breaker, then I would have to seek a reassessment on the move back into the breaker. So for now, all I'm really expecting to do is just kind of run the slope if this remains as a presumed soup. And one thing that I saw was a bit contradictory with the way that this happened is that if we go on the daily, we see that this gap over here on 12th of February, the one that has the high on 11th of February, and the one that has the low on 13th of February, we see that it's inversed. We saw price on Friday run higher and take this out. But out of curiosity, something in my mind told me to go compare this chart with ES's chart. So if we go on ESH 126, we see that the same gap, you see where my crosshair is, the line where it says Thursday, 12th February 2026, that same candle is much larger on ES. And what do we usually see with situations like this? I've honestly been following this. Honestly, I'm not going to say consistently, but I've been following it for a long enough time so I know that this does have some sort of effect on the way that price moves. If one indice has the gap opened and one indice doesn't, this does not mean that this gap is fully ruled out. There is still possibility for NQ to follow ES, through movement lower off of this gap. So that's one thing that's also pushing me towards expecting this to be a presumed soup. And also, if we get the engulfment of this opposed candle, this will be our breaker. This will be our order block, and our breaker will be the move from here to here. That will be our breaker. Expect movement into that, and then from there we'll see reassessment. But yeah, I just thought that this was an important week to do an outlook on, and I wanna, in the future, this upcoming week, I wanna really review every day that adds into the situation that we're looking at. Just to quickly recap the situation that we're looking at is going to be something like this. So this is assuming that the ES rule that we just spoke about is in existence, and it's going to seek resistance off of an area that doesn't really exist anymore, or sorry, was inversed on NQ. So what we're looking for is a move lower. Then from here we'll do reassessment based off how price reacts within the breaker range to see if we want to go lower, maybe take the current month low, or if we are going to push through the breaker and just seek higher price action. So that's kind of the two scenarios that I have ruled out for this week, and I want to just follow through with the YouTube series, since I haven't posted in a while, and I think that myself, I can look back on this and I can learn from the things that I kind of spill out while I'm talking. And if anyone is looking at this video for information purposes, I'm sure they can pick up a thing. But yeah, that's enough for this video, and I'm gonna be following this up very soon. Until then, be safe.